How would you know for certain if you had trouble hearing? What would your phone calls feel like? Or the sound on TV? For some, there's a constant ringing and ringing. For others, there's a muffled, quiet, ambient, intangible chatter. But for millions, they might not even know.
My kids would be frustrated with me. Mom, shh, tone it down, tone it down. And I didn't realize I was talking loud. I thought I was talking normal.
Hearing loss has a number of different causes. One common cause actually is noise exposure. We live in a noisy world, and we have occupational as well as recreational noise exposure. Motorcycles, snowmobiles, power tools, that can cause hearing loss. The more prevalent cause of hearing loss is something called presbycusis, and that's an age-related hearing loss. That's simply the result of decades of wear and tear on the inner ear. I always tell my patients it's important to do something sooner rather than later, because there are a lot of consequences that affect our overall health and well-being if we aren't addressing our hearing loss through hearing aid use.
48 million people in America have some degree of hearing loss, but only 1 in 5 who would benefit from a hearing aid actually get one. Distinguishing sound is connected to our brain health and happiness, and hearing loss can be a risk factor for diseases like Alzheimer's or dementia. It can also lead to depression and may lead to social isolation.
It's never too soon to have your hearing checked. As soon as you feel the need, and at a minimum at age 50 to at least set a baseline, and then from 60 on, it's a really important part of your annual healthcare regimen.
When you turn hearing aids on for a patient that is not aware of how much they have been missing, can bring them to tears or being able to hear their family members again.
So when you watch somebody transform from having become isolated to then re-engaging and what that does for them, it's really moving.
The most that I've noticed is basically talking, understanding clarity of words, watching TV, on the phone. It's just good to be able to hear what they're saying and not saying, can you repeat that? What did you say? Because then you feel like you missed the point of where they were getting at.
Today, hearing technology has come a long way to make life-changing differences. Hearing aids today are more discreet in size and more comfortable to wear. With artificial intelligence and Bluetooth capabilities, hearing aids are smarter than ever.
We have the privilege of working with best-in-class hearing aid technology.
Don't be worried about the stigma of wearing hearing aids. If somebody is encouraging you that maybe you should get a hearing test, you have nothing to lose but to give it a try, and then you can decide for yourself. But you can also open up a whole new world to yourself that you don't even know is there.
Having the ability to hear can be key to having a vibrant and active lifestyle. But when you think of healthcare, hearing health is usually put on the back burner. Hearing Life knows that hearing care is healthcare and recognizes just how critical the situation can be when you're affected by hearing loss.
We have such a rich heritage at Hearing Life. Our parent company, DeMont, was founded on care in 1904. So our founder was Hans DeMont, and Hans DeMont noticed that his wife Camilla was suffering from a hearing loss. He was able to see other nuances that matter the most, and those are the way that it affects our enjoyment out of life. He noticed that deteriorate with his wife, and he really wanted to help her to help herself, to re-engage in all of the things that brought her joy. And to this day, we still have that core care as a founding principle for us. The passion exists with our team members. Their mission is to help people hear better and to help them to do that in order to realize the full potential of their life.
I became an audiologist because of my own personal experience with hearing loss. Sometimes I would come across as seeming aloof or rude. Sometimes I would just disengage. I would take a back seat. When I did ultimately get hearing aids, It was life-changing for me. I felt like it finally put me back in the game, and I was on an equal footing with everybody else.
Hearing Life providers receive industry-leading training through audiologists and a dedicated team so they can provide the best individualized care to their patients. Today, Hearing Life's personal hearing care goes above and beyond and recognizes that hearing is as unique as a fingerprint.
I love helping people hear better because it helps to improve the quality of their life. Hearing Life specifically is a team. We all continue to come together every day to provide the best care for our patients and the best knowledge for one another. I originally started as a patient care coordinator in the front office, and I then took my journey a bit further with the help of Dr. Soilis and was able to apprentice and then become a licensed hearing instrument specialist, where now I'm hands-on with patients in helping them hear better.
I've been doing this for over 30 years, and if I have learned one thing, it's that everybody is different and they have their own unique set of needs.
It's never too early, as we said, to come in and get a hearing care assessment that's complimentary. And that assessment allows us to really provide the best personal care that you need to deliver the best outcomes.
To learn more, contact us today.